take a look at my wrist real quick. See how this patch of skin is a little different? That happens whenever I wear a smartwatch for too long. Like if I don't take it off for days or finally take it off for 10 minutes to charge. I got this patch of skin testing the new Apple Watch Series 11 over the past few months. I think it's the best Apple Watch you can get, but it begs the question, should I be wearing it all the time? Should you be wearing any smartwatch all the time? Let's back up a little. The Apple Watch Series 11 is Apple's newest series watch. The Apple Watch lineup is now the Apple Watch Series 11, the Apple Watch Ultra 3, and the Apple Watch SE 3. The Series 11 is in the middle in terms of price and features. Which one is right for you depends on budget, obviously. But Apple is clearly positioning the Apple Watch SE as the budget/fitness watch, the Series 11 as the health tracking watch, and the Ultra 3 as the sports adventure watch. Let me quickly go over what's actually new to the Series 11 compared to last year's Series 10. The big one is battery life. The Series 11 gets up to 24 hours of battery life. Every other Series watch, from the Apple Watch Series 1 all the way to the Series 10, got 18 hours of battery life. So 24 hours is a big deal. And it charges fast. Like really fast. 0 to 80% in 30 minutes or 8 hours of battery in about a 15-minute charge. I can wake up, pop this thing on a charger, get ready for the day, and come back to a full charge or nearly a full charge every time. It means this thing is on my wrist basically all the time, which is part of the reason I have this spot on my skin. Series 11 is also tougher. Apple says the aluminum version is 2 times more scratch resistant than the Series 10. I didn't bust out knives to test this, but it's held up fine in the months I've been using it. If that doesn't sound like much, that's because most of what's new is software. Apple times the release of new Apple Watches with the release of new Apple Watch software, which comes to the older watches too, not just the newest models. This year it's Watch OS 26, which adds a ton of new features, including a new interface, but I'm going to focus on fitness and sleep tracking. Let's start with fitness. Big thing here is the workout app looks totally different, for the better. Each workout type has a big, bold icon with menus in the corners for changing settings before you start. And you can start, stop, and most importantly, customize workouts from your iPhone now. Custom workouts are a really useful feature on Apple Watch, but almost no one I know uses them, and I think that's mainly because you had to set them up on your tiny Apple Watch screen, and it just sucked. Not anymore. You can set up custom workouts from your phone, and it's a million times easier to do. There's also the Workout Buddy, which is a kind of AI motivational voice coach that uses data from your workouts and your Apple Fitness app to give you personalized pep talks, says Apple. This is one of those AI features that doesn't really click for me. I'm more driven by my own motivation, and people hyping me up in my ear can sometimes have the opposite effect and make me not want to run anymore. And like prior models, the Series 11 gives very accurate workout data. Heart rate, mileage, pace, everything was similar to watches I tested it against, like the Garmin Venue 4 and the Coros Pace 4. Now, let's talk sleep tracking. For sleep tracking, Apple Watch now has sleep scores, like every other brand has. Every night you get a score out of 100. Sleep duration counts for up to 50 points, your bedtime for up to 30 points, and sleep interruptions count for up to 20 points. Hi, are you doing a sleep interruption? I wore the Apple Watch Series 11, Garmin Venue 4, and the Oura Ring 4 to compare sleep data. For the actual sleep score, Apple was the most generous, every time, with Oura in the middle and Garmin giving the lowest score, always. Again, there's no right answer to sleep scores, it's algorithms, but Apple's is generally very generous. Apple continues to be pretty accurate for sleep interruptions, too. I've been getting up often in the middle of the night to help my toddler, and the Apple Watch logs most of these wake windows correctly. Most of them. Not all of them. Some 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. stretches are sometimes logged as light sleep. It's not, but still it's logging the interruptions a lot better than, say, the Garmin is. Everything else is pretty good, better than most brands, and in line with what I consider stiff competition from the Oura Ring. Overall, the Series 11, like the Series 10 before it, is great for sleep tracking. I think most people will be more than satisfied with the data it gets. Watch OS 26 also added hypertension notifications. Like sleep apnea detection, this one's kind of hard to test. My Apple Watch didn't detect sleep apnea before, and it didn't give me any alerts for hypertension, so your mileage may vary on this one. You want to close out the video for me? Should we do the conclusion? So that's the Apple Watch Series 11. It's good, just like last year's Apple Watch was good. Again, the big thing for me here is battery life. I'm happy Apple finally improved the battery life. I barely have to take this thing off now. But that got me thinking, should I wear my smartwatch all the time? Well, I need to, this is my job, but should you? I think even if you have a Garmin Fenix 8 with weeks of battery life, you should take breaks. Brands want you to wear these health and fitness trackers 24/7 to get the most accurate possible data on every possible metric. But Doesn't mean you have to. For one, you gotta let your skin breathe a little bit, just generally. But two, taking the watch off actually makes me think about what I'm really getting out of it and what's just fluff. And that's something you can only figure out for yourself. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'll see you next time.